Hello, everyone. Welcome to Resilient Traders and MT4 Professional's presentation of a live market scanner for MT4. If you can hear me and see my screen, let me know by entering information in the chat box. Let me know you hear it and you can see everything. I would greatly appreciate it. And then we'll get started right away. Awesome. Thank you very much. All right, so we're going to talk about a real live market scanner. I'm going to demonstrate this for you, and we're going to get it going right away. First, I want to make sure you understand and know that MT4 Professional is not a registered trading advisor, so we cannot give you specific trade advice. It's not our purpose here. Our purpose is to make software and platforms that enable you to use your own strategies and trade advice. But just like anything, trading in futures, stocks, spot currencies, cryptocurrency, there's a large potential for reward, but there's also a large potential for risks. So please be aware of the risks involved, and you must be willing to accept them if you're going to trade in any of these markets. Don't trade money that you cannot afford to lose. Past performance is not indicative of future results, so make sure that you get advice from a competent financial advisor before you start trading or investing any real money in any of these accounts. Make sure you test out your strategy in a sim account before you start trading it in a live account. Otherwise, you're just going to be foolishly throwing your money away to Mr. Market. All right, my name is Randy Lindsay. I'm your trade coach and operations director and presentation for today. Claudio Cardinale is here with us. He's our product development director and our technology guru. He does everything techno related and handles all the media. Today's agenda, we're going to talk about the market scanner, what a market scanner does, the purpose of it, and how we've implemented it. I'll give you a very live demonstration. I'll make a very special offer, and then of course, I'll answer all of your questions throughout the presentation. So let's get started. Looking at all the pairs that you have available on your MT4 or MT5 platform, considering the 54x pairs, 20 CFDs, 9 timeframes, and that's just on MT4 alone. That's more than 630 combinations of potential trade setups. Do you think that you're able to check and identify all of those trade setups on all of those timeframes? Most people just can't. It's a fact of life. Today, if you're trading different instruments, it's almost a requirement, because in order to be profitable, it's called diversification. Diversifying your account, trading multiple instruments on multiple timeframes is almost necessary if you're going to capture and get all of these trades. And there's always going to be something moving somewhere, but you really don't know where it is unless you've got something out there looking for it. So a perfect solution for this would be a market scanner. So what is a market scanner? What does it do? How does it work? A market scanner is a tool that automatically scans the market for you using your symbols, your time frames, your custom criteria, and your indicators. So it's not a signal provider per se, but it's a tool that allows you to analyze the strategies that you want specific to your trade plan, using any of the indicators that you've already been using up till now. So a simple example of that, we'll consider a cross of two moving averages, probably the most common example. A bullish cross is when the fast moving average crosses above the slow moving average. And a bearish cross would be when the fast moving average crosses under the slow moving average. We'll look at a 15 and a 30 period simple moving average. And we'll consider the green a bullish cross and a red a bearish cross. So an example of a scanner would be what we see as a picture on the right. You have a bunch of different symbols, you have different time frames represented, and you have color codes telling you if that time frame is bullish or bearish by the color codes. And so very quickly, you can rifle through this entire list and see alignment or lineups of bullishness or bearishness that would interest you in a particular trade. That would be very useful, wouldn't it? Something that would be quickly enable you to see the solutions that you're looking for at a glance. So why are we considering multiple time frames? Well, if you trade with multiple time frames, you have a higher probability of a profitable trade, and this is due to correlation. If you look at the longer term trend, as you see on the illustration here on the right, the shorter term trends cycle in and out all during that longer term trend. So if you're trading the direction of this longer term trend, even if you're trading a faster cycle, you're going to be you're going to be having a higher probability that the trade will progress in your favor, and these short-term corrections you're just going to avoid altogether because you're only trading in the direction. Now, when the longer term corrects, then the shorter term corrections will be much longer in duration. So those will be okay. But then when the longer term cycles back up again, then you're only looking to go long on up cycles and not trading the down cycles on the trend. If you do, you also know that if you're trading these downtrends, then keep your profit target short because you know that the life cycle of this downtrend or this correction will be small. So if you had a market scanner that could go through and scan for your trade setups using multiple time frame analysis, it would be an extremely valuable tool because it would identify the higher probability, lower risk trade setups. The problem we ran into is that there was not any good professional scanners on MT4 or MT5. So as professional traders, we looked everywhere. We didn't find any that met our criteria. They were either too complex to configure, which meant, yeah, you had to be a programmer to use it. They were unstable, or they were just single tools that really weren't integrated with the entire system. Most of the time, they were incompatible with the indicators we wanted to use, and there were lots of other issues that we ran into. So our solution was MT4 Professional. We developed our own market scanner, which is now the #1 market scanner on MT4 and MT5. It's a tool that allows you to instantly scan the entire market for setups that match your unique criteria and rules. So when you find a good setup, MT4 Professional allows you to enhance that trading with technical analysis, giving you multiple time frame analysis at a fingertip. It's not too easy to do within MT4 and MT5, but we make it really, really easy. So stay tuned. I'll show you exactly how we do it. First of all, we want to go through a quick poll because I want to find out some information to find out what it is that you're looking for. A market scanner can best benefit you how? By less risk of missing trades, less time wasted searching for trade setups, a better chance of finding high probability trades, or you just don't know? How can a market scanner best benefit you? I gave my answer, you give yours. No, there's no right or wrong answer. This isn't a test, it's just a poll. Yeah, after about 30 to 45 seconds, the poll will close and then we'll give you the results. Or when a certain percentage of our audience answers the question. So if everybody answers quickly, then the poll can be done quickly as well. So I encourage you to answer the questions. 60% are saying they would less time wasted searching for trade setups. That's a great use for the trade. Second came in better chance of finding high probability trades. That's my favorite. All right, let's go to the next one. Oh, next one. Was there one more? No, there wasn't. We just went right into the demonstration. Oh, okay. We're going to get into a bunch of demonstrations, but first you want to find out which one you're specifically interested in. These are some examples that we already have set up. The EMA and price, it's an interaction of price with an exponential moving average. Using the MACD on the scanner. Using the alligator tool on the scanner. Doing a simple moving average crossover, or maybe even a combination of several of these in the other department. I just have to say from history, the EMA and price is probably the most popular of the demonstration tools that we provide. And yes, it is still 47% say the EMA and price demonstration. So we'll go through that and spend some time on it. Next, we'll go through MACD and signal, and then we'll consider the moving average crossover. And I'll go through these in detail during our live demonstration here. So let me switch over to my platform. As you can see, I've got MT4 Platform running, and I've got MT4 Professional running. You can see from the control panel here, a simple F11 on my keyboard will go right into full screen mode. You can see that it just takes up the entire screen. All of the windows automatically resize. Anytime I click on a symbol on the symbol list, every symbol will change automatically to the symbol I selected. Notice the crosshair as it moves across one pane, it moves across all the windows. That shows how easy it is to do multiple time frame analysis because you can easily correlate time and price across multiple time frames instantaneously. Single click freezes, you can see where the weakness came in on the short. Now you can see the same weaknesses on both time frames long as well. If you're looking for overhead resistance, supply, then you can click on these points here to see where overhead resistance is located. And then of course you can see how that interacted on the shorter time frames as well. Notice I have the time frames on my scanner the same as the time frames on my chart, 30 and hourly. And all of that is set up under the configurations. Now I'll go back into standard screen mode where I have my Market Watch and Navigator displayed. Notice that also that the windows resized automatically. You can't do that in MT4. And to have an odd sized window with smaller windows, again, just can't be done without, you know, dragging and resizing each window individually. And you can't change the symbols on windows without dragging and dropping the symbol on each window at the same time. So there are a lot of really nice features built in. If you wanted to zoom in on any one window, just like standard mode, then you can just double click on the pane and it automatically goes into full screen mode. Double clicking again takes you right back out again. So you still have the full functionality and use of your windows within MT4 Professional, just like you would normally in MT4. So click the Select a Configuration button. That brings up the configuration menu. When you first start MT4 Professional, the presets or the examples we provide you will be here in this section. None of these are editable. You can't change them, but what you can do is you can copy them using the Create Your Custom Configuration button. So by clicking this button, you'll get a list of all of the current configurations that you have. You can make a copy of any of the configurations that you have, even ones that have been sent to you in the um, that other MT4 Professional users have shared with you through the Traders Network. So you just simply select the one that you like and click yes, and it will start an existing configuration based upon that as an example. It'll copy it basically for you. So I'm going to go ahead and close this and not save it because I just want to edit the current one that I've got. So I'm looking at the EMA and price configuration. If you look at the chart, let me close this and move this out of the way real quick. Right there. If you look at the chart and the scanner, then you can see that the chart window here on the right will allow me to configure what these charts are going to look like on the screen. So notice they all have price and EMA listed on those. Those are set up using templates. So if I click over here on the right, then you can see that I have 3 windows, one large one, 2 small ones, just like I have on my screen. And I have a template and time frame selection menu that I can just drag and drop or pull down and select the time frame or the template that I want. In this case, I only have one template I've selected. But if there's a template that I want to use that I already have on my MT4 platform, just click the plus sign and it pulls a window up that allows you to go through and choose any template that you are currently using on your platform. Any of these templates will work with MT4 Professional. Just simply click and load it, and it will automatically change the look and appearance of your charts using those templates. If you wanted to add additional windows, or say, for example, I want to get rid of all three of these, just simply click them all or click the clear button. I can add 2, 3, 4. You can see there's 4 windows that are here that I added, okay? And I can tile them. That automatically will move them around, and I can change the time frames so that they're just the time frames that I like. It's real quick and easy. I don't want that one. Maybe I want this one to be a little bit bigger, so I can go ahead and tile them again. So I've got one big and one small. If I want this one over here on the side, then I can move it where I want. I'm not constrained in any way by how this setup is. And once it's set up the way I like it, select the template that you're going to use. Oops, hit the wrong button. And then if I load it in one, it's automatically going to be loaded in all the rest of them. Okay. And that way it'll look just the way that you like it. I'm not going to change my current configuration, so I'll hit the cancel button. But if you would just simply hit the OK button and click save, it will save your configuration. Over on the left-hand side is your scanner panel. That's this right here. So this allows you to set up the configuration for the scanner colors and the symbol list. So clicking on this, you can select the symbol list, which gives you the ability to set up over here on the right your symbol list, which is the exact replica of what's over here. Or you can use this as a guide, and over on the left are all of the symbols that are available on your MT4 platform. So just select the ones that you like, hit the arrow button to move them over to the right, or you can hold down your control key and selectively pick and choose the ones that you want and then move those over by clicking this button. Or you can also just pick one and drag and drop it over here, and it'll allow you to do that as well. If you want to get rid of ones over here that you don't want, you can clear all of them, or selectively by clicking the X, get rid of them. And if you know you have a configuration that has a symbol list that you already have made, just start from another configuration and it will import the symbol list from that configuration into your setup. Easy, easy. So clicking this panel again, you can see now I can go into my scanner. Now this is the meat of the program right here. This is where the rules come into play that allow you to see the color codes or the rules here on the chart. So I have a rule that tells it what color to make it based upon the criteria that I give it. So if I pull this down, I have one rule, and it's called main CR, main color rule. If I click the little pencil, this little edit button here, then I can edit the color rule to see what is the criteria that causes the condition to be set green or red. Here, if current price, all right, is greater than the 15-period exponential moving average, then it's bullish. So if current price is greater than that, it's going to give me a bullish signal. Or if current price is less than that 15 period exponential moving average, it will color code the cell red. Notice that I don't have a third criteria. I could add a third criteria just by clicking this plus sign. If neither one of these conditions are true, then by default, it will color code the cell yellow. So that's my rule. A very simple rule set, and it will be applied to any time frame that's set up here on this configuration. So I have my main color rule working on the 15-minute, have it working on the 30-minute, and I have it working on an hourly chart. You can see that displayed on the chart here. If you want these labels to be something different, okay, then you can give it a different name right here by filling in this box, and that'll give it a different name up here. So say that you don't want the time frame. If you leave it blank, by default, it'll always show the time frame, which is the most logical solution anyway. But you can set the column to be anything that you like. The field that's called indicator to show, you don't have to use it either, but what this does, it allows you to display the output of the indicator, the value itself, inside the cell. So if I want to see what the actual value of the EMA is, then I can put the EMA, 15-period EMA output value right here in this window, and it will display up here as a number on my scanner. Leave it blank, that's fine too. It's not a mandatory field, so you can leave it blank, and all it will do is show the color of the field to show whether you're bullish or bearish. If you wanted to add additional time frames, just simply click the plus sign, and it will automatically add another column to your scanner field based upon the time frame that you select. And then once you get all this finished, make sure you give your configuration a name. Give it a good description so that when you come and click on it, you can see exactly what it is that you're getting into. And then make sure you hit the save button. Every time you go through and configure and change something, you always have to reload it. So once you do make changes to the configuration, click the load button to reload it. I've got a question from Jim. He says that sometimes the stretch tester stops working. Can you tell me how to fix that? If for some reason it's stopped, or if it's paused, or it's just not it's frozen somehow, then on your navigator, pull your navigator up and go down to the Expert Advisor section. Under the Expert Advisor section, there is an MT4 Professional EA, not the scanner EA, but just the regular one. Drag and drop your MT4 Professional EA, just like this, onto the chart, any open chart that's on your screen. Open up a new chart and drag and drop it on top of it, and it will automatically restart your MT4 application on that screen. It'll give you the opportunity to either log in if you're not logged in, or it'll automatically reconnect to the existing account that you are currently logged in with. So make sure you use the MT4 Professional EA Expert Advisor. Drag and drop that onto a new window, and it will automatically clear and reset everything and restart that. So that should fix your problem, Jim. All right, how do we use these? Looking at the charts, you can see the Euro US dollar is bullish, bullish, bullish all the way across the board. It's in an upward bullish trend, and we can see that very easily from the charts. You can see the price is staying consistently above all three of my moving averages, and I can see longer term, I've got a much longer term trend, but I can also see that I'm starting to come up to prior highs on my hourly chart, which are not so obvious on my 515. So you can see that there might be some resistance, and you can see the reason why this is starting to turn. But you can see historically also that every time it did turn, it stays right in line with the 15-period exponential moving average. So any longer term correction might find support at this point, and then you're looking for this to continue to stay green longer term. But in the short term, you can see that there are several times that the shorter term has gone red because the close got below the EMA. So when it goes red and then it comes back with a green, then that's when you're looking for a potential re-entry or a continuation of your trend. If you just see that as a weak short-term weakness, then you'll be more inclined to hold, waiting for the longer term trend to confirm, and then that'll help you to stick with the trend. As you can see now, we just got signaled that the 15-minute close is less than the EMA. So we're starting to see a shorter term weakness coming in. Is this going to be a potential reversal? That's what it's looking like it's possibly telling me. A potential reversal is saying that the short term will go red before, then the second time frame will go red, and then the followed by the third time frame. So that'll end up being looking like the dollar Canadian. So that's the idea behind this. So this is the setup. So whenever you have a red, green, green, that's showing the potential for a brand new trend direction, and that is a possible opportunity to set up for a trade entry. So you're looking for this potential base here to break, and you have either until the 30 or the hourly chart reaches its 15-period EMA for a potential profit. Based upon the 30-minute, okay, that potential profit range would be about 8026. So looking at the 15-minute chart, that same 8026 would be right about there. So that's about 4 or 5 pips away, not far, on the potential retrace. If that goes through that, then you can see based upon price that the support is going to be down here where the highs are, or much closer to the hourly EMA around 179.50. So that would be right around right there, which is about 10 pips away. If you have multiple confirmations, you can set these multiple confirmations up within the scanner. So if you go under your configuration, click the edit button, the scanner can be set up for multiple rates. So right here I have just a color rule that's defined by a single price. But if I wanted to add another indicator here, I'm looking for price to be over, and for example, let's see if a moving average or something else comes in. So let's choose an indicator. Let's look at an oscillator like the MACD. That's 12.26.9. We're using it on close of price. Here we're using the baseline indicator. So let's just say if our base or signal lines, we'll use that as our first indicator, the baseline. You can see I have two to choose from. I'll choose the baseline as my first one. So if the baseline indicator happens to be greater than, and I'll get a new indicator in, which is going to be the same one. But in this case, I'm going to select my signal line. So if my MACD is greater than the signal line and price is greater than the EMA, I have two conditions now that have to be met in order for the cell to go green. So you can add any number of multiple configurations here that you want to. All of them have to be true in order for the condition to be set and true. Now, if you don't want them all to be set initially, you want them all to be independent, then you can go through and set up separate color rules. So now this is just one color rule, but now I want to have a separate color rule. And I already have an example of that set up. Now I'd like to pull up. Let me pull that up real quick. These are 3 time frame charts. And if you look at the configuration, notice that the colors within each of the time frames are multiples. I have 3 different color code rules running on the same time frame and symbol cell. In this one, I only have 2 conditions. In this one, I only have 1. So I'm not limited by the scanner of how I want to use my configurations. So if we were to look at the setup file for that, using the color rules, you can see I have 3 separate color rules dictating the color of the cell. If I add multiple color rules, you can see that each one of those rules are displayed independently within that time frame. So I can see, based upon my trend, volume, or momentum, whether I'm bullish or bearish on any time frame or setup. So you can see that my trend and momentum are bullish, but I've got bearish volume coming in. That's showing some signs of weakness. On the second time frame, I'm only looking at volume and momentum. So I can see the second time frame momentum is slowing down, but the volume is still green. And third time frame, I'm only looking at volume. So volume is still green here. So I'm getting short-term volume weakness. I've got mid-term momentum weakness, and longer term, I'm still in volume strength. So this is a little bit uncertain right here. The dollar yen is showing my 5-minute is strong. The 15-minute showing some weakness in momentum, but other than that, it's strong, and this could cycle back in on 1 or 2 more cycles through it. And so it's good to be able to see that. You can see that I've got multiple indications of reasons. So if I were to click any one, you can see this is using the trend indicator to determine whether it's bullish or bearish. This one uses the volume indicator to determine the same thing, and likewise the heat map is the momentum. So you can see that any of these are specific to the tools that you use. These are custom tools, so you don't have to be limited to just the standard tools. You can use the custom tools as well. Wanted to look at the MACD setup. Here I've got one set up here. It's a my MACD. What this is, this combined the exponential moving average and the MACD. So this MACD is using the price and the exponential moving average. It's also looking at the MACD and signal, and I've got an RSI signal overlapped on top of it. But if you just simply look at these, the scanner is just simply looking at the MACD rule. So a strong signal is considered strong when the MACD is greater than, in this case, this is the MACD signal line, is greater than the MACD histogram, which is the base indicator line. So if that's greater than that, if my close is less than my EMA 15 and relative strength right here is greater than the 14-period relative strength of current time. So we're looking at previous relative strength and current relative strength. So we're looking at the trend of relative strength is increasing or decreasing. So if the previous one is greater than the current one, it's declining. So if relative strength is declining, the close is less than the EMA, the MACD his signal line is greater than the histogram, that is a strong bearish condition. It will turn it red. And vice versa for the bullish condition. I'm looking for an uptrend. So the previous or relative strength is less than the current, close is greater than, and my signal line is, no, that's not true. That says greater than, it should, unless I switched them. Oh, yeah, here's the signal. So the histogram has to be greater than the signal line. That was a little deceptive. I can switch them over here to make it a little bit more consistent. I'll do that. I'll say well, no, the baseline needs to be less than the signal. There. And we'll save that. Okay, so there's the combination. Once it's saved, click load and it reloads it and sets it all back up again. So you can see that not only does it follow your own rules, or it doesn't limit you to how you want to use your rules, it's very easy to use. You don't have to be a programmer. Everything is just drop down menus, and you just load everything up as it is, as I just demonstrated to you and showed you on the setup. Do you have to be at your computer, or is there an option for text alerts in MT4? Good question. So let me go under select configuration and let me pull up my browser because that way I can demonstrate for you. This is my browser, so it's not attached. This can be on any mobile device, your phone, your laptop, it could be on your tablet, whatever mobile device you've got. Um, if you log into your MT4 Professional members area, you get to that from the main website, MT4 Professional. Click on the sign in button right here, and it will log you into your dashboard. And these are your onboard steps, which are very convenient for you. But this is where you download the software, you get access to all the documentation, and you even get the chance to join our Skype group and refer your friends to join as well. But looking at the scanner, here is an example of a real-time scanner showing the setup. If we go to the setup on the screen, you can see that the scanner automatically populates to the screen. Now, this is the same scanner that on my mobile device that I have on my desktop. Now, you do have to have your desktop running. So if you have to go somewhere, you can't hang around your desktop, and you want to go to lunch, you want to go out and have some coffee, but you're waiting for your trade to set up, take your mobile device with you, have your desktop running, and it will automatically show you in real time the updates on any of the timeframes or any of the symbols that you're already scanning through. If you're interested in seeing the conditions, now let me go ahead and get rid of this real quick. If you're looking for the conditions, then you can simply click on any symbol like pound. Notice the symbol will automatically change to the pound, dollar, and it will take a screenshot of the setup and display it for you here in the area. So you can see, based upon the current setup, whether you have a good trade condition setup or not. Okay. And it's interactive, so you can click on any symbol here on your mobile device, and it will automatically scan for, take a snapshot, and show you in real time what the current setup is. And if this looks good, just pull up your mobile trader and execute your trade using your mobile device. So you don't even have to worry about being back at your desktop. Easy, simple. If you have any questions with regards to the knowledge base, then just simply click back on the home page. Click the Visit Now the Documentation Center. It will take you over here to our knowledge base on our website. Then here you can get some help with installation, upgrade, and onboarding, setting up and configuring, even through all of the examples that we provide for you, how to establish and set your color rules, how to set up real-time notifications, and how to work with the workspaces and settings. It also gives you help on managing your subscription, how to unsubscribe or cancel at any time, or changing your payment method and so forth. So all of this is all available through your MT4 platform. To set up alerts, just simply click on your scanner, select your configuration that you want, edit, select the scanner that you're trading, and notice on the scanner there's a setting to establish real-time notifications. This will allow you to set up your phone to send out SMS messages directly to you based upon the signal. So every time the signal changes, it will send you an SMS message to notify you of that change. Now, warning, if you're using 1 or 5 minute charts, then every time this signal changes, it will send you a notification. So you're going to be getting a lot of notifications for every time frame that changes. So just be warned, if you're using fast time frames, you're going to get a lot of notifications. So be smart on turning this notification timer on. You can still turn on real-time notifications, but don't set up your mobile device. And that way you're not going to eat up all of your minutes with all the notifications. You'll still get email notifications. And with that turned on, you'll get all of the MT4 notifications that are set up here within the MT4 system. You can get it sent to your email address, or you can set up push notifications as well. Even if you're on your mobile device, then if you log into the MT4 Professional website, then you can see right here, there is a notifications panel. Right here, this is where you'll get all of the notifications that you get sent that there has been a cross that came here. So you get a great link of your chart, the time frame that it enabled it on, the symbol that is in question, and you can click on that in real time and take you to any of these links to see what the setup is. All right. And of course, any announcements that we put out, any software updates or releases, we also put it out in the area here. So the bell, the notifications panel within your MT4 Professional system is there for your use. All right. And any other configuration within this are all set within the settings button under the settings icon gear up on the right hand side. And this is where you manage your subscriptions, you change your name and setup, or your email address if you need to. Change the password and things like that. All right. So let me get back to my presentation real quick. Let's see, there's a few things that I didn't show you. Before I do that, when you click on the configuration and select Edit, in the bottom right-hand corner, you can see a little share icon. This allows you to share the current configuration with any other trader that's using the MT4 Professional platform. So this is our traders network, and it's an advanced network that allows you to get everybody on the same page at the same time. So once you do the work of setting up a configuration and you like it, then everybody on your team can be set up at the same time with one click. Simply click the link, type in the trader's name, and it will automatically pull up a list of the trader, and you click the share button and it will automatically trade or share with that specific person. Right? So find the name, select the person, and you're good to go. The notifications will be sent to your inbox. So on the bottom of your configuration page, you'll see the received or inbox, and these will be configurations that other people have sent you. And all you have to do is just click on those and look at them. If you like them, then create a custom configuration using that as an example and save it, and then you'll be able to edit or update it on your own. So I think I went over most things. I'll have a little bit more time after this, but I don't want to wait too long before I start giving you a offer to get started with MT4 Professional right away. I think there's a poll that I'd like to go through first before we get into the offer. So of all the features that I showed you from the MT4 Professional or the scanner, which of the ones did you like the best? Did you like the fact you can do single click integration across all of your charts? Do you like the fact that you got ability to scan through multiple symbols using multiple indicators to be alerted of your trades, your rules, your way? You love the traders network, the ability to set up and share instantly with other traders your configurations. You like the fact that it's mobile, that you don't have to be stuck to your trade desktop, but you can take it anywhere, anytime. The ease of use on using multiple time frame technical analysis on what was normally a very difficult platform to do that on. Or is it the ease of setup and use of the platform? How just using pull down menus instead of having to program everything in, how easy that is. Select the one that you like the best. Click the submit button. This will help us in future development because we're always trying to improve the software, trying to make it better. Looks like the scanner, of course, my rules, my way, 63%. And then we've got a three-way tie between the integration, multiple time frame net, and the traders network. So that's all cool. And it's really great to see that. Looks like I think there's one more poll here. So are you currently using MT4 Professional? Yes, if you are already and you love it, let us know. If you're not, you haven't had time to try it yet, or you want to know more, you're not using it and you're just not sure whether you need it or not, or at this moment you're just not interested, that's fine. If you could let us know which ones fit you. I use it and absolutely love it. So once you go MT4 Professional, it's hard to go back to standard MT4 because of all the features and the professional grade setups. It's just a much nicer way to trade. There we go. All right. Oh, wow. About 44% of the people in our class are already using it and love it. If you hear about the third, want to know more. So that's what we're here for today, is to go through the Q&A and answer your questions. Some haven't tried it yet, and others haven't gone through there. So is that that's it? So let's go right into a special offer. So let's go through the setup. So we've got MT4 Professional on both MT4 and MT5. And this is the full featured MT4 Professional platform. We value these about $700 each. You get access to an exclusive Skype community where all of the MT4 Professional traders can communicate together. You get unlimited configuration storage in the cloud because MT4 Professional is fully cloud-based, so you don't have to worry about losing or misplacing anything. It goes with you, and it's just as mobile as you are. You get also pre-configured presets. We value all this content at about almost $2,300. You're not going to pay $2,300 if you want to get started. For a limited time, we normally make it available for $194 a month. But because you're part of today's presentation and webinar, we've reduced that by 50%. So $97 a month gets you full access to MT4 Professional, and you don't have to pay right away. You get 14 days to try it out before your credit card is charged. So $97 a month is after a 14-day free trial. If you love it, then just do nothing and the charge will automatically pick up. If you do not, or if you find something that you don't particularly like, then make sure you cancel before the 14-day trial is over and you won't be charged a penny. It's 2 weeks to try it out. The full software package. It's mt4professional.com/trial. Click the link that Claudio provided for you in the chat box. So that'll give you direct access to MT4 Professional and the setup. If you have other questions, then you can contact us at support@mt4professional.com. That will give you direct access to us. It'll set up a ticket in our ticket system, and we will get back to you within 24 hours or less of your email submission to us. And we will answer all of your questions as quickly and promptly as we can. And also come to these live demonstrations because this is a great way for you to ask questions live and get your answers right away. If you get started, then we also provide you free onboarding, 15 or 30-minute sessions to help you get started, to either answer your questions, or if you're struggling and you need a little bit of help, then we give you free support to help you to get started and to get going with your MT4 Professional trial. All right, we'll go right into more Q&A. I'll pull my platform back up and minimize it so that you can still see the link to get going, mt4professional.com/trial. Let me know if you have any questions. Now's the time to ask. If there's something you want me to demonstrate for you or to show you specifically, this will be a great time to do it. Any feature that I might not have spent enough time on that you would like for me to show you, I'll be glad to do that right now. Otherwise, I look forward to getting to know you better and working with you, interacting with you in our Skype chat room or through email. EMA crossing. Okay, well, here's a simple EMA cross. Let me load that. I've got 4 time frames. I'm looking at 2 EMAs crossing. The EMAs I'm looking at here is a 30 and a 15. You're looking for an 8 EMA crossing a 21. So let's just go ahead and modify my indicators. So you can see the first indicator is 15. Let's make that an 8. And you want it to be an EMA, so let's make that an EMA. Second one, you want it to be a 21. All right, so that's an 821. So what I'm going to do now, once I have this set up the way that I like it, then I'm going to create a template. I'm going to call this template EMA 821. So I'll just simply say save template. I'm going to call this one EMA 821. All right. So when I go into my configuration setup, see my simple EMA. I'm going to create a new configuration based upon the simple EMA right here, SMA Cross. Yes. And so what it does is it gives me that, but I'm going to make this one the 821. So the example shows you 15. I'll make that the 8, and this one I'll make the 21. Right now it has 4 time frames. I'll go ahead and leave those, but you can set it up any way that you like. All right, so if you click on the chart window on the right, then you can configure your charts. Here I've got 4 time frame charts. This is the template I was using, but I don't want to use that one anymore. I want to use the one I just set up, the EMA 821. Simply open it and then set it to all of the other windows so that they're all looking at the 821. Select OK. Go over to your scanner. Select your scanner. Right now, it's currently using a color rule for the 1530. But what I'm going to do is edit that color rule now. Instead of it looking at the 1530, I'm going to look at the 821. So I'm going to go through and edit the 15, and I want to make it an 8. It's a simple moving. I want to make it exponential. Select OK. This one, I want to look at 821 and not a 30. EMA. See how easy this is? Just simple pull down menus, OK buttons. Now you're looking at an 8 greater than a 21. That's a bullish condition. And if the close of price is greater than your 21 EMA, that gives you a second condition that you can check. So not only are you looking to see that the moving average cross, you're also looking to make sure that your close of price crossed also. So that gives you a double check. Now, same thing, notice that when I updated the indicator on one time frame, it automatically updated on the longer time frames. See that? So I've got condition 1, which was bullish. Here's condition 2, which is bearish. So I'm looking at the 8 less than the 21 and close of price less than my 21 also. That's my bullish bearish condition. If neither one of those are true, then yellow is by default. Instead of this being an SMA 1520, now I'm going to change this to be, and you can call this anything that you like, EMA 821. So I've got now a rule called EMA 821, it's the cross. Select OK, and I have that on 4 different time frames. See, it's already set up and it saves it all just the way that you already had it set up. And I'm using the same setups, so I'm going to click the Save button. It saved it as SMA Cross 821. I'll close this. Now you can see I have an SMA Cross 821 here instead of the regular one. If I load it up, it will automatically give me the scan for the 821 cross with price, and all of my charts are configured looking at the current configurations as 821. So this one right here is the 8 exponential, and this is the 21 exponential. So here you can see the crossover, you can see where price is less than and where the actual crossover occurs. So whenever one or the other occurs together, then you've got a bullish or bearish setup. So if you go under the configuration and click edit and click share and give me your name. Let's see who wanted that. Was that you, Gary? Oh, James. James wanted that. So let me look up James. There you are. I'm going to share this with you. All right, it's done. That's how quick and easy it is. Now, all you have to do is go under the Select Configuration button, scroll down to the bottom where you see Received Inbox, and you will see EMA. Actually, you'll see this one here. SMA Cross 821. I should have named it EMA Cross 821, not SMA. So anyway, so I can easily change that, but you can too. So you'll find it right here in your receive box. Just simply create a custom configuration based upon that, save it, and it will appear on the top of your customs created by you panel, and you can do anything with that that you like. All right. MA, can you show how to set up ATS3? ATS3. So that's this one? Is that what you're referring to? Okay, ATS system. This is a custom configuration. All right. So the system is set up and you can change things obviously in a way that you like. The outputs are set up here on the side. Notice that the output of the ATS system, okay, right here, shows up here. So you're looking for the specific output of the indicator. These are the ones that you'll be looking for when you do the configuration. So when you go to configure this particular indicator, then you're looking for these output lines. This right here would be output line 1, line 2, line 3, line 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Notice though, there are more than 8 values. So when you go to set up your configuration, let's do a test here. I may have already, here's one right here. I already tried to go through. On the setup here, the ATS signal has to have a bridge established for it because it has more than 8 outputs displayed. Based upon MT4, and it's a limitation in MT4, not in MT4 Professional, you only have access to the first 8 outputs of an indicator. So if you have more outputs, and in this case you do, you have to have a bridge developed in order to integrate the system with MT4 Professional. Using the bridge, then you can access any of the outputs specific to that. Let me show you what I mean. So if you click the plus sign and choose an indicator, pick from your computer the indicator that you're using. ATS is the indicator that you're specifically looking at. If you open that up, then you can see the outputs. Notice the number of outputs that are, these are the parameters for the inputs, but the output is listed as the indicator line to use. Remember I was telling you the outputs over here was indicator output line 1 or 2 or 3 right there. See, this is line 1. So on the indicator itself here, you can see this is 1. If you pull that down, you have access to 1 through 8 only. That's the limitation that we have using MT4. So if you were interested in the cell signal, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's 9. You won't be able to see the cell signal itself without building a bridge for it. Now, luckily, we are smart. We know how to code, so we can build a bridge, a custom indicator, which will integrate and give you these output values as simple inputs. And so instead of using the base indicator, you would instead open up using the bridge. So choose the bridge indicator, which would have to be built for you, customized for your computer. And then from that, you can use the outputs that have been mapped directly to the longer time frame. The higher output values on that chart there. So now, instead of using the mapping from here, you can see these directly from the main indicator. If you want the higher values, then you use the bridge to get to access to the neutral, buy, sell, H1, L1, value 2, and value 13 the numbers directly from your output variables here. So you have 8 more outputs, but in this case, they're going to be all shifted down so you have full access to this range. So to get this one, you'd use the regular indicator. To get these, you would use the bridge indicator. So that way you're not limited on the use of that. Make sense? Is there a template already in place for the Beat the Market Maker system? Not that I know of, no. To get the bridge, you just contact us, MT4Professional.com, and we'll be more than glad to build a bridge for you. Send an email to support@MT4Professional.com, or set up a ticket and ask us. Or if you have questions with regards to the specific setup that you're doing, under Select Configuration, if you click Edit and you edit your scanner, then whenever you set up or are going through a rule-based system, then it allows you to set this up. So if you need help in setting this up or building something with it, then there's a button that shows up on the bottom of your configuration window that says, if you need help setting this up or configuring it, then you can schedule assistance right now by clicking this button, and we will help you configure that, or we will even help you to build a bridge that will make it work for you. So you can click for assistance, or you can just simply give us an email at support@mt4professional.com, and we will be more than glad to help you out on that. There you go. It's a little bit confusing. Well, like most things new, it does. There is a small learning curve, but it's made so that you can do these advanced features even as a newbie, even as someone who's just picked it up and started learning it. You can learn these tools very quickly, and that's when we give you 2 whole weeks to set it up and to configure it. We also give you personalized onboarding to answer your questions and to help you get going, to help you get installed, so you're not spending your time on the setup, you're spending your time on the use of the system. So that way it's looking and doing and acting just the way that you like it. Just like any system or any platform, it'll take a little bit of time to acclimate to it, but it shouldn't be more than a couple of hours. A little bit of time just to get familiar with it, the system and the setup, how easy it is to integrate the system. Any other questions or comments that I can help you with? If not, we went just a little bit over time today, so we'll be more than glad to help you out. So just simply email us at support@mt4professional.com. Get started with MT4 Professional today by clicking the link mt4professional.com/trial. $97 a month is a lifetime 50% discount. You get that for accessing that. Or you can set up your ticket or ask us any question you like at support@mt4professional.com. Thank you very much for your time and attention today. It's been my pleasure to be here with you, and I look forward to working with you in the future. Thank you, and bye for now.